One of the things that people tell me about how monies are squandered in the corridors of government, be it at council level or even at MP level. This is how it happens. You recall in 2020 when there was that exorbitant pricing of the masks? It's almost similar like that. How does this happen? When an MP is given CDF and they are supposed to use it maybe for a development of building probably a library, for example, in a constituency. For them to do that, they request the money and they get it from the parliament. And after that money has been released, what they then do is they do probably, a feasibility research or something like that. They can go to a meeting in Kadoma. Maybe they are coming from Mutare. Go to a feasibility meeting in Kadoma, and they'll be charging probably something like $10 per kilometer from Mutare. How many kilometers are there from Mutare to Kadoma? Do your mathematics. Probably close to 400. Then 400 times $10, you are already on 4,000. And then going back, that's 800. That money, that's 8,000. That is gone from your CDF. That is being billed to the money that is supposed to develop your area. And that is why you find these stories that are flying around that councillors, some of the CCC councillors were involved in going to Kadoma and having a meeting in Kadoma. Why didn't they have it in Harare? These are some of the things that happens when it comes to squandering of constituents' fund and squandering of your council's fund. And it's very, very, very bad in the sense that I want to make a comparison on what EFF is doing and the reason why some of the EFF councillors have been fired. Why did they do that? They want to set an example that if you are not going to obey what the party does or be on this austerity approach of us making sure that we deliver to our people, you are not welcome in the party. How does this happen? You recall in 2020, there was COVID. All the office bearers of EFF were asked to bring 10% of their salaries, like a tithe, and whereby that money was supposed to go into the fight against COVID-19. Back then, the MDC alliance was still intact. All the MPs were still there, but they didn't do nothing. They started doing their work on individual basis. Of course, you might say they didn't trust the government, but they could do that collectively as a party. Why do I make this comparison? There are some leaf that you can take from what the EFF is doing. Of course, the setup in South Africa and Zimbabwe is different, but there is something that can be learned. And this issue of being splendiferous in the money that is supposed to help the citizens, it's not called for. And that then makes the argument that Osana Moyo once said, that it's not that people are fighting for change. People are fighting to be included in the system. And this is not good for the opposition. They should not allow the systems that have been grafted by ZANU-PF or be caught up in the issue of being land barons, of getting stands, because obviously, because of the impoverishment or because of the situation that they find themselves in, this is an opportunity for them to eat. So they find themselves in corrupt activities. And ZANU-PF will be smiling because they would have gained. They don't mind to be corrupt. But if the opposition becomes corrupt, then it's a score to ZANU-PF to say, we're all the birds of the same feathers. So we might as well vote us and continue the corruption. What do you make of this story about the councillors, the state of affairs, and how MPs are disposing their duties on since the election, and how are you going to pass the accountability test and prove that they are different from ZANU-PF? I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video.